What's up, guys? My name is Darrell Williams, and welcome to the start of something great, my very first vlog. Let's go! So once again, my name is Darrell Williams, and I'm a licensed real estate agent in New York City at the Bizarro Agency. And this vlog, like I said, it was something I wanted to do for a while, and I figured, let's just do it. No time like the present. We're in the middle of a quarantine. It's May. Why not start a vlog and see what happens? And this is what this is. So don't judge me too harshly on the quality and the production of it. Like, I'm just starting out. So give me some grace. So yeah, I'm going to talk about real estate, but not like how other real estate vlogs are. I'm not going to get you with technical terms and all of that, but I'm going to kind of tell you my story, my POV, my experience, and a little bit of personal and about the journey and about deals and things that I'm dealing with in real estate. So how I got into real estate is a crazy story though. Before that, I'm a born and bred New Yorker. I was born in Queens, Jamaica, Queens. Shout out to Queens. And then I grew up in Queens as well, but I haven't always lived in New York. I lived in other states, but I've always came back to New York. So in 2011, I came back to New York City and I went to the Fashion Institute of Technology. Yeah, I went to fashion school, so real estate was the furthest thing from my mind at that time. I was like, I want to do sneakers, I want to hold a sneaker brand, so let's get into fashion. So did all 4 years at FIT, did internships, graduated, and started working in the industry, kind of far from my idea of wanting to make sneakers because I wasn't going to be a designer. So I worked in fashion about 3.5 years, and I got kind of just bored with corporate fashion and all the politics and yada, yada, yada. It was just boring, and I always wanted to start my own business. So I was trying to figure out how can I do that. So while I was working at my last job in fashion at Tommy Hilfiger in 2018, at the beginning of the year, the person I was in at the time was like, why don't you do Airbnb? Because at that time, me and my roommates were trying to figure out how to get out of our apartment and earn some extra money so we can move to a better apartment. Because every first New York apartment is a crappy apartment because you ain't got no money. So that's how that happened. So I took some crappy photos, put it up on Airbnb, and I was like, okay, my first booking, $93 for like 2 nights. And then after that, we're like, this might be a thing. So we all rented out our rooms, and then we started shopping for more apartments. So we would meet up with real estate agents, they would show us apartments. And then we rented like 4 apartments. We had 5 apartments at one time, furnished them, flip them for Airbnb. And I used to talk to real estate agents all the time when they went on showings, just like, how is the real estate business? Like, how do I get into it? Like, you make good money? And it was usually positive feedback. Some were like, yeah, it's hard, but blah, 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 but you can make some good money. So I was like, okay. So I was like, that was May of 2018. I remember because I had this conversation with this agent from this other realty. And he was like, yeah, it's good. Here's my card. This is the course that I took. Realestate.u, shout out to them. So that's where I did my course and in May of that year, but I was still working and I was still doing Airbnb, and I started making like a lot more money doing Airbnb than I was at my job. And I was like, it was just crazy. It's like, why am I still here? And I was like, I started the real estate course, but the job was getting in the way of me finishing the course. I kind of put it on pause. It's like, all right, I'll eventually do real estate like in the summertime. I'll do it part-time and still work. But fast forward, I got fired from my job. That's a whole other story. But I got terminated, and I was like, I'm not gonna go back to a 9-to-5. So I was like, I'm gonna finish the real estate course. So I doubled down on it. And in February of 2019, I got my license, and which brings us to my first year of real estate. So I started out as a rental agent at another brokerage. Shout out to them. They were really good to me. I learned a lot in my first 6 or 7 months I was there. Did quite a bit of rental deals. But yeah, my first year in real estate was like, I didn't know anything going in. It was the middle of winter, and no one was really renting apartments right now. It was very slow, but I would go look at like 10 apartments a day because they were like preview. It was like what the principal broker would tell us when we got into the firm, that you want to look at as many apartments as you can. You want to know all the apartments on all the block in whatever neighborhood you want to specialize in. So I was like, all right, bet, like that's what I'm going to do. Got the keys to all the apartments that he had keys to, went and looked at them, took photos, took videos, and all the works, and try to memorize like how many units were in the building, like how many buildings on the block had vacant units, so that I could become knowledgeable of the neighborhood, which is usually Harlem. South Harlem, Hamilton Heights, where I lived at the time, on Broadway, Amsterdam, all that area, try to know all the apartments. So yeah, I was banging out rentals from February all the way until like September, but Rentals, I hate rentals now. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can make quick money, but rentals, this is what I compare rentals to. It's like a one night stand. Like, you're just trying to get in, get on, rent an apartment, never talk to the person again. And I was like, and then sometimes your clients are not loyal. They go out, they talk to you, they soap you up, you think you're about to go home with them. I'm still thinking to the metaphor, but instead they go and leave with someone else. That's what rentals was like. So it happened a lot, where a client like, oh, I'll get back to you when they went to the apartment with someone else. And it was kind of annoying. But, I still did manage to do quite a bit of deals while I was working as a rental agent at that time. But I wanted to start getting into sales, because I was like, it's just the same amount of work, it's just as hard, but the payout's better, and clients are more loyal. At least they tend to be loyal if you're a good agent. So I was starting to look into other firms and switching firms, because I was like, I don't want to do rentals anymore. But granted, rentals is good. It's quick money. And if you're going to get your license and you want to start as an agent, you might want to jump into rentals just to get your feet wet, because it's a lot easier to get into it than as opposed to sales, which is a little bit more complex in the process. So that would be my advice to you guys if you're thinking about getting a real estate license in New York City. So fast forward to September 2019, and I was like looking at different firms to go to that were more sales oriented. Like, how did I get into sales? So I went to this open house in Upper Manhattan for this condominium building, and I met an agent there. We started talking. I was like, yeah, I do rentals, but I'm trying to get into sales. Like, how do I do that? And she gave me a card to the firm that she worked at the time. Shout out to Jackie. She gave me the card. I called the principal broker, shout out to Matthew Bizzaro, and we had a conversation like I think 2 weeks after that for about like an hour. We had a conversation. He was telling me about the brokerage, when he started it, and it's a small boutique agency. And I was like, this sounds good. Like, I think I'll hop on board. So I had a conversation with the brokerage I was at the time. It was like, I've been thinking about leaving. You want to break relationships. You want to just be like, hey, deuces, I'm out. So we had a conversation. We sat down. It was like, I'm not leaving because I don't like the firm that I'm at, or I'm disgruntled or anything like that. But I want to get into sales, and the firm that I was going to, where I'm at now, the Bizzaro agency, was sales focused, had all sales listings, did very little rentals. It's like, that's what I want to do. So I switched firms in September. I still did a few rental deals until then, but I switched it. I was hyped. I was ready to do sales. Like, this is where the big money is. I'm watching $1 Million List in New York. Granted, my life was nothing like that. But so I was watching $1 Million List in New York. I bought the Sell It Like Sir handbook. It's like, I'm doing sales. Let's go. But sales is freaking hard. Let me just stop and say, real estate is not easy. I came in real estate thinking like, this is easy. Just show some apartments, they rent it, I make money, and then I get a check. That's how it happens. But turns out it's not quite so simple. You can get lucky, but it's really freaking hard. And if you don't want to put in the work, I recommend not getting into real estate. So got into sales in October, and I was like showing apartments, looking at the listings that we had, and I was just like going hard. I was showing a lot of apartments. Still in my first year of real estate, showing, nothing. Like, no offers. And this was in winter, so I didn't start in a very great time, fall going into winter. Which fall is pretty good, but like I said, I was a new agent, and I was trying to build a clientele, so cold calling people I can, getting the phone hung up on me, cold emailing, looking at the apartments that we have listings for, and then taking calls and setting appointments, and then going on showings. And for like months I was going on showings, no offers. My first offer was a really crappy offer that was just like pointless, but it was an offer nonetheless. Got rejected, and then I kept going on, putting in offers, doing showings, nothing. And then finally in the last year, December of 2019, I got my first accepted offer. So in 1 year, I started as a rental agent, did quite a bit of rental deals, switched to a firm that focused on sales, and for like 2-3 months before I got my first accepted offer. And that was a lot of work. And I like real estate. Like, I like the work, and even though it's hard sometimes, it's frustrating, you have heart palpitations like most of the time, and you might show 20 apartments for months before you get an offer in, it was still worth it. I was still happy, that I got my first accepted offer, and I was like, yes, I did it. Granted, it wasn't in a month like I thought it was going to be, but I was like, I'm going to go hard. I got to grind, and it pays off. So I ended 2019. Wow. I ended 2019 with my first accepted sales offer. So started real estate February as a rental agent, ended 2019 December as a sales agent with my first accepted sales offer. And yeah, my first year in real estate was, I did a lot of running up and down in the summertime, like showing apartments, all the way from like 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. doing rentals, and it was crazy. And like they say, most agents don't make it past the first month or the first 90 days. And it's been like a year and 3 months. I'm still here, and it's true, because I did see a lot of people who get their license and give up after a month. It was like, nah, this is too much. This is not for me. But my first year in real estate, anything that it's taught me is, one, real estate is really freaking hard. Two, you got to put in the work if you really want to stay in this business. And three, relationships matter. So those are the three things I took away from my first year in real estate. And I wouldn't go back. Like, I love it. I love the work. I love the hustle. I love the grind. And that's always been in me. And it's not something that I could get from a 9-to-5, which is why, I didn't leave when I fired, but which is why I didn't go back to a 9-to-5 to get a job, to sit behind a desk and, just work and work and work. And you only got but so far. But in real estate, there's no ceiling. And as you make as much as the work as you put in. So as hard as you work, you'll make more money. It starts slow, but you got to go. You got to keep going. You got to keep grinding. And, that's what I learned from my first year of real estate. And then going into 2021, I was hype. And then the pandemic hit. And that's a whole other story, because we're living it right now. But I recommend to anyone who's thinking about getting their real estate license and know it's a pandemic and you're like, I don't know if I want to get into real estate right now. It might not be the best time. People might not be buying. I would say do it. Do the course, and once wherever you are opens back up, take the test, get your license, because people always need a place to live. People are always buying, renting, leasing, and it's one of the best careers if you're a go-getter, if you're a hustler, you're a grinder, and you don't want to have a boss, you don't want to sit behind the desk. I would say go for it, do it. I did it. My first year was great. It was tough. I didn't do as many deals as I thought I was going to do, because I was very optimistic, but I was also naive. But real estate really slaps the naivety out of you real quick. After the first 30 days, I realized, this is hard. I got to set a plan and a goal and for what I want to do. But you got to get up every day. You got to grind. You got to hustle. So get your license if you want to do it. If you really want to do it, get it. If you're not sure, think about it. But if you're going to go for it, you got to stick to it. You got to put in 110%, because it's not easy. I'm going to say it once again. It's not easy. Like all these flashy $1 million brokers, it took years for them to get where they are, and a lot of hard work. And we can do it as well. We just got to put in the work, and we got to grind. So this is what this vlog is about. This is going to be about my journey, and you guys are going to watch me from here. I'm going to grind, I'm going to hustle, I'm going to tell you about all the deals I've lost, all the deals I've done, what I'm working on, and all the setbacks and all the wins, and follow my journey. And I hope you like this vlog, and I hope it's helpful and inspiring to someone that's watching, because we all need that push forward, even if it's from someone you really don't know, but someone that kind of empathizes with you. If you're a hustler, go-getter, you're my peoples. I love people like you. I love the drive. I love the ambition. I love the hustle. So vlog 1, like, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned. There's a lot more coming.